Stuck.
So earlier we spoke about something very interesting. You were talking about you interviewed some guy, or you're interviewing people that like gay guys that are in local football. So tell me a little bit about what was that all about?
We had an interview, man, about late last year.
Yeah.
And the interview was about just gay footballers in SA, you know. Basically, I think the whole show there was based on just tackling, you know, social and local issues in our football.
Oh, okay.
And we just found it interesting that we don't have any known or publicly known gay footballers. And, you know, we just got into it just to say maybe the dynamics. You know, you get change room dynamics.
Yeah.
You get
because people might know that he's gay now. The guys might not even want to shower.
Yeah,
in front
we
of
shower
them.
together,
Yeah.
you know, and then even the fans. I think you get a lot of hate speech from the fans.
Yeah.
You know, so it's how do you educate those people?
Oh yeah.
You know that firstly you can come out. I mean, we've never heard of a gay coach, a gay manager, anything. I mean, I think even internationally.
But I think there was a who was it? Arsenal player?
Freddie Ljungberg.
Freddie Ljungberg. He came out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he came out as gay, and I think he was well received because he was such a.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
You didn't know it?
No.
Yeah, Freddie did come out, and
Let me ask this: if
was
you guys were gay, would you come out?
as footballers.
Yeah.
Or
Footballers.
Yes. Look, in SA,
if I was like a good player playing in a top team,
yeah.
yes, I would. But if I'm still trying to make it, you know,
Exactly,
then-
I wouldn't.
then I wouldn't.
I'd probably take the lead from a big footballer
Footballer.
taking
Yes.
taking that step. So if a big footballer came out, I'd be like, okay, let me
Like
do
let's
it.
say like Lodge someone because he's well received in South Africa. If he comes out as gay, I think people will be like but
Yeah.
then I think they just get used to it, and then it would be easier for a small time player to then also come out.
Yeah, but to answer your question, no.
It's a no.
It's a no. It's a no. It's a no.
Then when you speak to me, look at the camera now.
Alright,
You don't care. You don't care. You don't care. So now, aren't you supposed to be? So why not? What's the issue with coming out?
Because obviously you'll be shunned. Number one, a lot of teams might not even want you on their team because you're gay, because of what people might say.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I think just when you look at the dynamics of our country, we're very stereotype kind of
Yeah.
based, and I think we don't have people that are just genuinely open-minded. We're not even going to, just get into football, but just look at just socially, how accepting we are to certain things. I mean, people being openly gay has been there for quite some time,
Sure.
but there's a lot of people who are still like against it
But
now.
yes.
Coming into a space like that, and question is, you also ask yourself, why do they have to know?
Yeah, that's a good question. Why do you have to know?
Why
That
do you have
is
to know,
very true.
my sexuality?
But then you
Because
see,
it's private.
even though it is private, now being a public figure, you can become a role model to then assist in shifting that perspective of the stereotype that people have around people that are gay.
But that's not my role. I'm a footballer. I'm
Yeah.
not a Mahatma Gandhi. I'm not a Mother Teresa. Who's
But you need
supposed
to remember also, as someone in the public eye, you sometimes have power.
Of
you
course,
know,
of course.
and,
The responsibility.
and responsibility at some point that, hey, there's other kids out there that might see my story and find strength in me coming out, and maybe they can also come out and live their life how they want to live it, instead of being in a shell, so to speak.
So now, as an owner of a club,
Yeah.
how would you take if a player comes in and says, hey, listen, chairman, I'm gay and I want to open up and I want to tell the world, and this is your star football player.
Yeah, it's. I think as if you support the player, right? I think it's fine for it's not like before where people might side eye the club you know, for allowing it to happen. I think people nowadays are a bit more open. They're not so narrow. I think, unlike before, people used to be very narrow-minded. Not that everybody's, you know, open to the idea of gay footballers, but I think there's more people that would be open to it now than before.
And there's a lot of risk. There's sponsorship.
Yeah.
There's your brand.
Yes.
You know, that all just comes into financial implications, which you don't know, because we can say no, there's not going to be affected or not, but it hasn't happened. So how do we then?
But then now, why would you want to associate yourself with brands that that sort of like sideline people for their sexuality?
Because they're bringing the money.
Who's bringing in the money?
The sponsors.
So if Ronaldo was gay,
okay,
right? Do you think brands would be like, no, we're not gonna?
But Ronaldo is an outlier because is in football. He's big. He is football. Yeah. Like Messi, he is football. So the power that they have, is ridiculous.
Sure.
So
as individuals,
as individual brands.
Sure.
So, but if it's an upcoming player, I don't know, like who, in this country. So in this country, there's no player bigger than the team.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
And I think another thing is you don't know how that will destabilize your team.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So it's not. Let's take sponsors. This is your good player, your big player.
Yeah.
Right. And in a team, there's chemistry, there's morale, there's things that just might disrupt everything.
And you can find maybe that he's one of those players that slap players in the
as
well.
You know what I mean?
And now they're thinking, Spali.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah. But there's a lot of dynamics that surround it. It's not easy to just like unpack it. There's layers and layers and layers.
No, most certainly.
So as the owner and the chairman said, what do you suggest? Knowing all those issues that this thing could potentially have. So what is your decision?
My decision is to support the player.
Of course.
You always support the player. You know?
Course, yeah.
That
regardless of how much it will put the team into disrepute.
Because at the end of the day, right, if you as a chairman, as a coach, as the leader of the group, if you can show that you back your players, then players are willing to die for you.